funding your own requirement for retirement and supporting your children in their life. When you're retiring, they're just starting life or slightly into their life. So funding this versus funding that is a dilemma which I have handled many times, in the sense that I have made many videos in the past. So recently there was this girl saying, my mother has a lot of money and she's going on trips, she's going on a world tour. Mother is not very old, mother is young, she's about 66, 67 years of age. The daughter is about 39, 40, maybe 42 years of age. And the daughter is swimming in a lot of debt. She's got debt up to her eyebrows. Wrong lifestyle or whatever, did not earn enough, had a higher spending, both she and her husband. And she felt that her mother should help her instead of taking those expensive vacations. So I got interested in this topic simply because retirement is a topic of interest anyway. And then I realized that this is a common financial dilemma. It's not that this one particular mother-daughter are struggling with it. So why does it really matter? Because retirement security definitely depends on having enough savings for your living and other expenses and healthcare and unexpected costs. You have no clue from where unexpected costs could come, and therefore depleting your savings or saving less for your retirement and putting more money for children can jeopardize your own financial independence. So going back to the old example, in a plane, when there is less oxygen, you have to first wear your mask before you start trying to help others. So the key considerations obviously are, which people should realize, if children don't realize, it's time to give them a kick and make them wake up, is longevity risk. You could live much longer than you planned. People who thought they'll die at 72 are today living at 85. Right, so 12, 13, 15 years more than what you thought. So if you think you will die at 85, it's a fair thought, because in India the average age is only 72, 73. So 85 is a good age to plan for. But what happens if you live till 98, which is 13 14 years more than what you thought you would live? So longevity risk is something which you have to plan for. Yes, of course, it's a complete waste. You may die at 75 and not at 85 or not at 98. So yes, but you have to plan for that excess which you might live, right? So this is what is called building in some excess, spare capacity, whatever you want to call it. But you have to do that because of longevity risk. Healthcare costs. Now, when I talk about healthcare, people say, how much will a heart operation cost? How much will a kidney operation cost? No, that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being bedridden, having to go in and out of hospitals, and converting the house itself to a partially a hospital, because you have a nurse, you have another attendant, you have somebody to cook and somebody to maintain the house. So all these costs are part of your healthcare cost, because the nurse can cost you about ₹1,00,000 per month, right? Just the nursing can cost you that kind of money. So if you are bedridden for, let's say, for 4 years, like my neighbor was, and you're spending ₹1.5 lakh per month, it is about 18 lakhs a year. 18 into 4 is 72 lakhs just on those last 4 years of your life. This is not a small amount of money. So I'm all for giving money to your adult children, buying them a house, whatever you want them, whatever they want. Don't buy a house, don't buy 2 houses and say, if I need to leave a house for each child. No, you don't need to. If they do it, fine. If they don't get it, bad luck, right? So, but having said that, you should know whether to help, whether they need the help, right? But okay, sorry, I'm digressing. But yeah, you have to worry about longevity risk. You have to worry about healthcare healthcare costs and about inflation, because inflation even at 7% means every 12 years your expenses are doubling, and that's not or every 10 years your expenses are doubling, and inflation is there, it's a reality. So a nurse who is costing a lakh of rupees today, 10 years later will cost 2 lakh of rupees, and it's a high inflation item simply because the nurses are not available, and going forward it will be more and more difficult to find people coming into nursing. So these expenses will go up at a rate much faster than inflation. So then of course if you are in US you get social security, but social security is under $2,000 a month. That's honestly not enough, right? So $2,000 looks big, but it is not really enough. It's like equivalent to getting 60,000-70,000 rupees in India. Is it enough? Yeah, it is good, but is it sufficient? No, not if you're going to pay maintenance and things like that. Society maintenance is not small. If you live in a big house in your retirement, you need to take care of society charges and local taxation, etc. So that's not going to be very cheap. So supporting adult children is not something which I am against. You by all means do, but only after providing for yourself. What are the risks in doing this? Obvious risk is you're draining your own retirement money. You are also encouraging or enabling dependency. They know. So this is the downside to letting your children know where your investments are and how much you have. A friend of mine said that his son spent at least 2x the amount on his wedding than what my friend was intending to spend, simply because son had started seeing his NSDL statement and all that, and he said, oh, you got 10 crores, so let me spend. So he says, he did not say it in that many words, but he realized, oh, I got so much money, so it's mine to spend. So he explained, saying, look, if you don't spend, you're going to get it, but it doesn't work, right? So they want it now, so they did it. Then you encourage dependency, but you also do an emotional strain of parent not being able to say no. So that is another problem. So what are the solutions? I think solutions are, you set boundaries. You tell your children that, look, I will pay for your term insurance, I'll pay for your medical insurance, and that's about it. Those things I'll compulsorily pay. I'll pay some of that. Maybe if you are encouraging them to buy a house, you say for 3 months I will pay your EMI. If you till you find a job, I'll pay your EMI. I'll reimburse your EMI. Something like that. But at least say 3 months. That's what I'll do. Because if they come and ask, and they will ask for, say, permanently pay my EMI, that's like giving them a gift of a house. The question is not whether you can afford. If you can afford, by all means do. If you have 20 crores for retirement and your planner has told you need 3 crores, you have a surplus of 17 crores. By all means do whatever you want to do. But if you don't set boundaries, right? So if you don't set boundaries about whether how much you will help, then you are in trouble. Encourage independence. Say go and live on your own. Try living on your own. Find out what it costs, right? So all that. Encourage. Kick them in the butt, but encourage. But do both of that, right? Do some kind of non-financial support. Saying you're not right now you can't afford rent. You can come and stay with me. Again, say 3 months you can stay with me. 6 months you can stay with me. And yes, follow. You will pull in a lot of weight, right? You can't afford money. You will cut vegetables, you will cook, you will clean, right? So some of those things you get it done by them. They should know that it is not coming to them free. So first of all, assess your situation. Use a retirement calculator. There are many. If they are in the US, convert everything into dollars and find out what it is. And when you're converting dollar to rupee, multiply it by 30, not by 80. That takes care of purchasing power parity. Communicate openly with your kids. Tell them, look, I need all this money. I need my hobbies. I am going on vacations. I want to spend on this. These are my favorite causes. I will be paying so much for my servants. I need that help. They're staying with me. It's not you who's staying with me, right? Offer loans which are repayable. Offer loans with interest. I know one person who has bought 2 houses for his 2 children, but he has not given it to them. He has kept it in his house. He has billed it to them, and he is getting rent. So that rent is an important part of his living costs, meeting his living costs. He needs that money to live. So he's very clear that this is the market rent. The market rent for those houses would be in the region of 1.25 lakhs. He's charging them 80,000 or 75, 80,000. He's saying that's fine. I need 1,60,000 per month. He's got other sources also. But he says, this is the rent that you will pay me, and you will continue to pay me rent till I and your mother are alive, and after my death, these houses belong to you. You don't have to pay rent. So this is another good solution. In the real world context, you have to understand that the economic trends that are happening, you may not be able to retain your job for long. You think you're going to work till 75, maybe you will be sacked at 54 or 55. And if you're young, I'm not talking of very old people. I'm talking of youngsters who are in their maybe in their 50s or 60s, who is having to help the people, because by the time you're 80, your children are 50 plus, and maybe they can take care of themselves, or they realize that this is this much and nothing further. So I think fund your retirement to the fullest. Avoid becoming a burden on somebody else, because the state may not be able to look after you, and the children will not look after you for financial reasons. If you have money, perhaps maybe your nephew, niece, son, somebody will be able to look after you. At least you're paying for all that. So consult a financial planner if you must, and align your plan with your values. See what is important for you. Is your traveling, maybe you want to go on a world cruise, is that more important, or helping your children more important? I am not passing value judgment here. Perfectly all right. I've seen people going on world tours. It's perfectly fine and legitimate. You don't owe your children anything beyond maybe graduation. Beyond that, let them spend their own money. So put all these in a calculator and find out whether you have a surplus wealth, and start giving away in your 80s. I'm not saying wait till you die, but start giving away small amounts. Open a demat account for them, transfer some of your very expensive shares. Suppose you have some shares worth 10 lakhs which cost you only 75,000 or 80,000 or maybe a lakh of rupees. It's a 10 bagger. Give that, because when they sell, they will pay lesser tax. So they will pay tax, but they will also, today there is no indexation available anyway, so they will pay some tax, but the cost will be what you incurred. So you may not want that money, so they can sell the shares as and when they need. So do all those things, but consult a financial planner and a tax expert before you do those things. So thank you.